Peter Black's beautiful prelude this morning at the start of our service was entitled Song for the Fallen, as we're remembering Memorial Day tomorrow. But we as a nation are also mourning over this past week's school shooting in Texas. Ann Hopkins rang our church bell this morning 21 times for all those lives that were lost. This shooting, of course, comes just a couple of weeks after the racist hate crime mass shooting at a grocery store in Buffalo, New York. So many innocent lives lost, and most of them those who are Black and Latino. Like many of you, I have friends and family members who live in other parts of the world. And one of them asked me this week, "What in the world is going on in your country?" This year alone, we have had more than 200 mass shootings in the United States. And we are only 20 weeks into the year. It's so insane. And yet so many people have become numb to this insanity. This doesn't happen in other countries. Yes, there are racists in other countries. There are people with mental illnesses in other countries. There are young men who are loners and who are bullied in school in other countries. But this issue of gun violence is a uniquely American one. Whenever there is a mass shooting in this country, we hear from our nation's leaders, be they political or religious leaders, calling us to thoughts and prayers. But we know that we need to speak truth and to take action. And over the years, we here at Douglas UCC have done just that. We have been people of prayer, but we've also been people of action. You may remember that after the Orlando shooting, we called the communities of Saugatuck and Douglas together. And that night, we did not hold back in our pleas for stronger gun control policies. And after the Parkland school shooting, our church facilitated the local March for Our Lives, where hundreds of people marched through the streets of Saugatuck and Douglas, and we began that march right here in our church, which was standing room only. And at the end of 2019, our church here hosted a symposium on gun violence reduction right here in our church with powerful speeches from local students and teachers and community leaders. And the keynote was given by the founder of the national organization Americans Against Gun Violence. That symposium that we had here was covered by the local media, and we ended up on the front cover of the Holland Sentinel newspaper. I am very proud of all that our little church here has done over the years, but clearly there is so much more that we need to do. We cannot remain silent. I believe we as the Christian church needs to take the lead here, because that's what our faith calls us to do, and we will not be deterred. We will continue to speak truth, to take action, to raise awareness, and to register people to vote. As you all know, I am a man of prayer, and I have seen the power of prayer in my own life. But I'm often reminded of what Mother Teresa said about prayer. She said, "I used to think that prayer changed things, but now I know prayer doesn't change things. Prayer changes us, and we change things." And so, my friends, this morning we pray. We pray for the victims of gun violence. We pray for their loved ones who are grieving. We pray for our nation's leaders and policymakers, and we pray that God may give us the courage to speak truth and to take action once and for all.